the United States to form a more perfect union, secure the blessings of liberty, establish the Constitution.
For this first ever video since the hiatus, we will be going over President Trump and President Biden's first years, kind of a compare and contrast kind of thing. How do you feel about this, Bradley?
I think it'll be very interesting to see the differences between the two.
Yes, and since we are heading towards the end of the year, it makes sense to do such video because think about it, this year goes by fast. When Trump was in office, 2017 went by fast, and it's just, surprises everybody. Can't believe it. And we want to make this comparison today in today's video. MAGA 2017 versus Build Back Better 2021. Now, to start off, with the Trump administration's first year, these are the following things of what happened, in which Trump, first of all, had, made a promise and tried to stick with such promise. And he begun border wall construction and, of course, working to repeal Obamacare and nominating and confirming a justice for the Supreme Court. And okay, so Bradley, personally, how do you feel about his first year, way back when, and 4 years ago?
It was a really solid first year, especially when it comes to legislation. And I mostly say that because of his the U.S. Congress passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act 2017, and Trump signed it into law, which helped save the average family of four, I think, roughly $4,000 a year or $2,000 a year after the tax cuts were passed. Millions of jobs were created, and it just helped cut down that red tape that allowed the economy to soar during Trump's presidency until COVID hit.
Yes, and since the first year, Trump's presidency kind of took off, of course, in terms of the later achievements after achievements. And now, it's really much, honestly, before I move on to Biden. It's just, Trump trying to drain the swamp, bottom line. And now Biden's first year, oh my goodness. Can you unpack this, Bradley? First of all, I will let you start.
Oh, well, it's been nothing but chaos. Like, he doesn't even know what he's doing, I don't think. Like, you have a major border crisis going on at our southern border. I think we've had 2 million illegal crossings this year. We've had record inflation growth in the last 40 years. You've had a broken supply chain where people aren't getting their things on time, their supplies and other important other needs and wants. And you have Biden not being able to unify his party with the Build Back Better plan of his, which is really just a pork spending bill. The only thing he has successfully passed is the American Rescue Plan and the so-called bipartisan infrastructure bill, which is nothing but more wasteful spending. And of course, you've had the foreign policy blunders like Afghanistan, where he really screwed up in terms of the way he withdrew our troops and abandoned many American civilians and green card holders, legal residents, and and I think he has a lot of blood on his hands with those 13 young U.S. Marines that died in the Kabul airport bombing. And I don't say that lightly. Oh, and also his vaccine mandate for a lot of private sector workers, which at first was put on hold, and now another appeals court reinstated it. So I guess now the Supreme Court will hear it next, and hopefully they repeal it, because it's clearly unconstitutional.
Right. And never before in my lifetime or our lifetime, Bradley, that we ever see a president doing so terrible in the first year of the presidency, and we got 3 more years of him. And even the Democrats are starting to notice that they're panicking before the 2022 elections. And for 24, well, you see more and more Democrats considering running to primary the incumbent. And I gotta say, Bradley, it's gonna be interesting for 24. Don't you agree?
Very much so. You already hear some Democrats have a plan B. The fact they already have that is not a good sign, and it really shows how they already know that Biden is not too well, to the point where both in terms of his job and his health, that they have to have someone to possibly take over his the nomination in 2024 for the Democrats.
Yes, and at first it's what's it called? Oh, it's like for the 24 election Democrat primary with Joe Biden. Of course, Joe Biden polls at first high, but without Joe Biden, it's Vice President Harris. But even now, updated, even Vice President Harris is unpopular. You have staff of hers who resigned. Her own staff ditched her. So, boy, it's just chaotic right now, given the political climate. And for the Republican Party, you have still the ongoing fight between the populists like us, Bradley, and the establishmentarians, the Mitch McConnells, the Bushes of the party. And boy, given that Biden had messed up on the border, on Afghanistan, and the economy, and many bills, spending bills, and heck, not only to mention, he tried to implement, still trying right now, an unconstitutional mandate. Now, Bradley, let's to the bottom of this list, let's go Brandon chants will be a battle cry of the nation, not just for the Republicans. What do you think of the let's go Brandon chants?
I mean, there are some people who are just doing it to get attention for the meme, but then there are a lot of people too who will do it because they actually are dissatisfied with Joe Biden. And the fact that you're seeing this a lot shows how unpopular he is as president.
Right.
And I think the Democrats are in for a rude awakening in the 2022 midterms next year, in 11 months actually. And Democrats are in big trouble in 2024 for the presidential election so far.
Yes, and about the preview of the 2024 elections, our mutual friend Travis, you said we all know he voted for Biden in 2020, and then in 24, he's not going to support Biden again. And he's not necessarily going to support Trump either if Trump were the Republican nominee. And see, it's such administration comparisons. Right now, it's the current Biden one. It's going to be set an interesting precedent and momentum for the next cycle. And of course, the 2022 one would be kind of like the what's it called, the peak of it, the midpoint of it. And folks, as you see in the comparison of the two administration, Biden and Trump's first years, there's a big difference. Trump made America great again, and Biden's just his heart's in the right place with building back better. I see where he's coming from, but he screwed up bad, Bradley. He should have just took what he inherited, just leave it the heck alone. But no, he just have to mess with it.
Yep.
Now, given that we are concluding Biden administration's first year, how do you, as a closing thought, how do you think of it between this first year and the last president's first year, Donald Trump's?
Very much apples and oranges. And I say that Trump's year was apples because I like apples more. But by that I mean like it was certainly a lot better. But I think more things got done. We were more energy independent. The economy was booming. He was setting our foreign policy right, in the right direction. He appointed a conservative Supreme Court justice, and a lot of other federal judges. And I just think it was a lot more successful than what's going on right now.
Now, yes, I would say, of course, the Trump administration's first year was more peaceful, if not, and more, things getting done that year compared to right now, where Biden's just simply trying to get Congress to pass expensive spending, which in reality, we don't need it. And as moving forward, Bradley, from the first year, what do you say the second, third, and last year of Biden's presidency would go?
Well, anything can happen, but on this track right now, I don't think it'll be good, and it'll probably get worse, in my opinion.
Right. And anyway, that concludes this video of We the People Show. Thank y'all for watching. We hope, y'all have a very happy new year. And we just have to get through it, just hang tight in there for the next 3 years of President Biden. And yep, it's kind of our battle cry. Let's go, Brandon, Bradley.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon. And also a Merry Christmas to all y'all, and Happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, whatever other holidays you celebrate.
Yes. Happy holidays and Happy New Year's. Thanks for watching, folks. See y'all.